What's going on, people? I'm bringing back the announcements. First of all, just cleaning up data, answering emails. A lot of people are like, how do I buy your books? And below every video is a link to what I currently have. Whatever is available, there's a link, one-click checkout. You can have it just like that. Now let's talk about the audiobooks in the future. But before that, I will go with the latest project, Hustlenomics, making money in the new economy and why you should start today. That course is coming up starting Wednesday. What does that course comprise of? It is an audiobook, but you go through the course first. One of the things I've learned in my 3.5 years, going on 4 years here on YouTube, is that people do not pay attention. They buy books, they buy products, they get information, and they just pick and choose what they want to, with little realization that if you don't do every step, you will not realize maximum success. And then later on, their butt hurt because they didn't realize maximum success, but they didn't do the proper thing. Well, with this course, you're going to have to do the proper thing because you're only going to get it in a certain manner. So you can't jump ahead. That's one of the things that I'm doing that's been working out really well, because it forces you to do it the right way. I want you to be successful. So that kicks off. Links below if you want it. Like I said, anything that you want that I currently have for sale is under every video. Now, let's talk about books. There are people that want different forms of books. There are people who want audiobooks. In my opinion, and based on how Earl Nightingale's Lead the Field helped me, audiobooks are the best way to go. Yes, they're expensive, but expense versus value. When you have to read a book, and I'm going to talk about this book in a minute because this is the book that people keep asking me about. You have to sit there, you have to focus, you have to pay attention. An audiobook, when you're driving to work, that time that's normal, non-productive time, that's 30 minutes. Say you're in the car an hour. That's a book a week, or a book in 8 or 9 days, depending on if it's 6 or 9 hours. You can get an incredible amount of learning done while you're just driving back and to from work or wherever. But this means you can't yak on the phone and do all that time-wasting stuff that you've become accustomed to. Also, eBooks, print books. Every book that I have at some point will be an ebook or a print book. But what I've learned from my experience with Amazon and Kindle, it was mixed, and it's part of it's mixed because I'm a different kind of cat. But that stuff is coming at the tail end. So if you're waiting for the print books and you're waiting for the ebooks, it's coming later. Now let's speak about the audio book club. I am going to take everybody that's in the audio book club, and you're going to get the Hustlenomics. You're in. I want to get it all set up. I'm going to send you an email, log in, you're in. You're getting an incredible deal. So it kicks off Wednesday. And what is Hustlenomics? I will tell you. Hustlenomics is, number one, is awareness. I've been talking about this for months. Actually, a few years. The new economy, the new economy, the new economy. You have people that are so scared to do something different that they would rather have marginal results than have fantastic results. But we're going to talk about awareness, payment systems. There are things that exist now that didn't exist when I was in the storage auction business. Didn't exist. That are awesome, that would have made a killer deal in any business. We're going to talk about creating products, multiple income streams, creating an income hub. And like I said, at the end of the course, the audiobook will drop. And that, like I said, starts Wednesday. Now, let's talk about this book, The Illusions of Entrepreneurship. Now, I've said it, and this is going to drive home a point that I made earlier in this video. People don't research. I actually did a review of this book, title and all, and it's in the videos. If you go to my channel, I did a video on how to navigate YouTube. It can be tricky because YouTube is changing its mind like I don't know what. There's been a lot of updates. And the thing is, but it's not hard. It's not rocket science. Sometimes you just need to know where to go. There's a video on how to navigate the channel. This channel has about 130 hours of content. There are playlists and everything. You've got to want to know where the knowledge is. Because like I said, there's a review of this book on this channel. And people are like, which book are you talking about? All right. Stop asking and start doing. The quickest way to find information in the video, and I know it's sad, go to Glendon Cameron, whatever your question is, and go to Google. I don't know what it is with the YouTube search system, but a lot of times when I'm looking for something and I go through the YouTube search system, I can't find it. I go to Google, put it in, bam, I come right back to YouTube. Why it's like that, I don't know, but it is. So that's your quick way to find out something. And I'm doing a better job of tagging videos. Now, another way is go to the channel page, and there's these little buttons. There's home, there's videos, there's about. Hit the about tab, you'll see all of my playlists. So that's what's going on. Now let's talk about the illusions of entrepreneurship. If you are any person you know is thinking about starting a business, even if you have a business, this book will be very illuminating to why you're doing some of the stuff you're doing. Because the number one thing is, people start businesses, number one reason, because they don't want to work for anyone else. That's the number one reason. And in my case, it was true. Didn't want to work for anyone else. That's why I started my own business. It will help you examining what you're doing and why you're doing it. Now let's talk about books and investments. This is the internet. People want free stuff. People feel entitled to free stuff. Now, I'm going to explain to you why it's like that. When someone has a new product or service, it's very hard for them, unless they're really, really adroit or really, really skilled, to get maximum price for their new, untested, unproven product. So they have to give it away for free. It's not like they want to give it away for free. They have to give it away for free because people are not willing to take a risk. Now, this is something else that's about to throw you. A person will likely make a more informed buying decision from a negative review than no review. Because at least with the negative review, they know there's something. If you have no reviews, people are kind of like, what the hell? We don't know this guy. It looks good, but I don't know. And the thing is, when people buy books and products and stuff, it's not so much the cost of the book. It's the time invested in turning the pages. Because, I mean, typically, if you're a slow reader, it could take you 12 hours to read this book. That's a lot of time, and if you're a real busy person, you don't have it. Which is one of the reasons I've gone to audio and video and podcast. Because you can interweave that into your busy life. Whereas with regular books, you can't do it. And like I said, I still buy everything. Number one, I'm doing audiobooks. Number two, eBooks. And three, when I can get a hardcover or print book cheap, and you can on Amazon, I'll go ahead and scoop that up if I want it. Because sometimes I do want to feel a book and everything. But since I now have my own publishing company, this is very inefficient. And for the new economy, it's very inefficient. I read for pleasure. When I am listening and trying to gain information for business, it is an audiobook, it's a podcast, or it's a video. That's the fastest way that I can increase my knowledge base and start implementing. And give you an example. I found this podcast. I listened to it like 10 times, took the information from the podcast, and turned around and made $2,500 in roughly 10 days. But, whereas if I had, and that was a long podcast, it was about 3 hours, but I was cleaning up, listening to it, doing this, kept listening, and each time you listen to something, you get more information in your noggin, because we as carbon-based life forms are easily distracted. You're listening to this video right now, and if your child comes in and says, hey dad, hey mom, the 30 seconds of what I said, you missed. And as you know, in the English language, one word can change the context of a complete paragraph. One word. So 30 seconds is huge. It is really, really huge. So that's what's going on with the books. That's what I'm doing. That's why things have changed, because the beauty of having your own business is you can facilitate change. I don't have a board of directors. I don't have all this stuff, and I was going in one direction, and just to let you know, in the Hustler Mindset Project, Hustler U is still going on, but I was putting out so much information that people became a little overwhelmed and they were getting behind. That's not good. I don't want people to get behind. I want people to be effective. I want you to make money. I want you to be happy. I want you to be successful. So I had to make some changes. Hustler U was going to be like a 30-day boot camp program, and it was just too much. So Hustler U is going to be more delayed. It's still going to come out, still things I'm going to do. And then also with Reselology. That's my pet project. That's fun. That's my jump back into the resale business without jumping all the way into the deep end of the pool. Because, just to be frank, I don't want to dedicate 12 hours a day of my life back in the resale business. Don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. And the reason is because I've learned how to make money from things that I create. That's going to be a big, big part of the hustler mindset. Creating your own stuff, because just give you a quick lesson. When business owners who are buying products wholesale, this. Say you need to get XYZ product, and product's going to cost you 10 grand for what you need for that month. Once you sell everything, you'll realize another $10,000 in profit if you sell it at the price you hope for, if you sell it fast enough. Because if you don't sell it fast enough, even if you sell it for the price you want to, you will not make the same money because you have costs that are eating on the log. So I got tired of that game. That's what led me to the storage auction business, because the margins were much higher. And then the game changes again. Understand, it's always going to change. And it's never going to change to suit you. You're going to have to change to suit the game. So I was sitting back, healing up, and I was like, I've always wanted to be a writer, so I put out the first book, and then I learned a new lesson. You can make a lot of money from stuff that you create, because in terms of net, what I make now doesn't sound as impressive as when, you talk out the numbers we were doing in the storage auction business. But that was gross. That was not net. And I suspect probably this year or early next year, my net will be the same, but I won't have, actually I'm in the process of creating deductions and stuff for myself because of what I think is happening in the future. I don't care what party's in office, taxes are going up because they have to. There's just too much deep fiscal doo-doo for them not to go up. It's not like, it's just, there's no other way, because some other things are happening. The high income job base is shrinking because of technology and displacement. And the lower job base is expanding like bananas because we're becoming a service-oriented community in the United States of America. Now, with that is opportunity for people who are willing to roll up their sleeves and create something. Become a producer. So what if you fail the first time? So what if my first 5 companies were turkeys, gobble, gobble. They failed. I lost my ass on the first one, went to Wolf Camera, bought this pretty nice Pentex camera, did all this stuff, put the ad in the newspaper, got myself in like $1,500 worth of debt, and didn't make a penny. Just lost my ass. Now this was 1989. $1,500 in '89, that was a lot of freaking money for someone who wasn't making $1,500 per month. So that's going to be the hustler mindset. We're going to talk about Kindle, how to pimp Kindle. I've got some books on Kindle under a pen name that are doing well. And when I say well, they're not selling 1,000 copies a month. They're selling maybe $200. Yeah, 200 books a month. But I'm making $2 and some change. So that's like $600 a month for something that took me, each book probably took me 3 days to write. So collectively, 600, to me that's outstanding. I'm sorry, for some of you that's just not really impressive. For me that's outstanding because I know what it takes to make money. I do this once, that's better than an annuity. That's better than a stock. The returns are crazy. And once I level out some stuff, it's going to be my goal to put out one of those little ditties every month, because when you have a collection, people find one and they just start buy the rest of them. And then it's amazing. And I don't market it, I don't advertise it, I don't even talk about it, but they sell. but that's going to be something else that I will talk about in the Hustle Mindset Project, because when you figure it out, it's just mind-blowing. Another thing, how to use Kickstarter properly. I have not done my Kickstarter program because I'm waiting for the right thing to use it for. Because you got to select what you're going to do, because a lot of people are like, hey, I got this idea, let me use Kickstarter. You could anyone could pretty much raise probably 500, maybe to 2 or 3 grand just using your Facebook friends for whatever the hell you want to do. If you do it right, and you let the people know that you're going to do it 2 months in advance so they can get their money right, as Kanye would say. So we're going to talk about that. Because the thing is, the new economy is totally different than what I grew up in. And it's totally different than what it was 5 years ago. It is a totally different animal. But if you are really willing to roll up your sleeves, the money that's out here is sick. It's sick. And it's not going to be what you're doing right now. Because let's talk about the resale game. Because everyone's like, yeah, I'm becoming a picker. I'm going to these garage sales. I'm going to these thrift stores. I'm going to get this stuff. I want you to think, why is there so much stuff out there that you can get for little or nothing, then turn around and put it at another venue and flip it for substantially more money than you pay? I'll play the Jeopardy music. Because we live in a country of serious abundance. That's about to change. It's about to change. Because if you go to a Goodwill, you can get great products anywhere. Any Goodwill, because you never know who's going to donate what. But this is a prediction. I may be wrong, but due to the vast amount of information that's being shared on YouTube about the price of stuff, how to sell stuff, I will not be surprised within 5 years that it's going to be incredibly hard to go to a thrift store and find a good deal. It's going to be incredibly hard. And this is why it's going to happen. Not because they so much watch your YouTube videos. It's because the business is going to go under financial pressure that they're going to have to do it to make the money they need to make to stay in business. They're not going to want to do it. They're going to have to do it. And that's going to be the determining factor. You've already seen it with garage sales, because I watch videos and people are like, I went to this garage sale and they were asking eBay price. It's going to become more and more common. More and more common, because the thing is, people who are in the resale business already know. Typical garage sale, there's going to be more resellers going to a garage sale than average regular folks. Because there are more garage sales now than there's ever been before. And that's one of the reasons that the garage sale book that I was going to put out, that's at the end. How to find gold at garage sale, that's at the end. Because there's so much that's going on in that space that is not favorable for someone who's trying to make larger amounts of money. If you're just strictly happy part-time, you can make a killing. If you got a job and you just want to do this on the weekends, you're good. But if you want to make 6 figures, it's not going to work. And let's talk about the 6 figures, because someone put up there, people are not trying to get rich. 6 figures ain't rich. 100 grand with a job, you're going to pay 38 large in taxes. Say between 20, 25 and 38, depending upon your deductions and such. That ain't large. It's like 6 G's a month. Say your mortgage is anywhere from $800 to $1,500 a month. That's where a lot of mortgages fall. That's a big chunk. Oh, you got 2 cars, $400, $500 a month each payment. That's half your money. Oh, wait a minute, you have kids. So you got one in daycare. I think that's $1,000, $1,500, right? It's not a lot of money in 2 couples, not 2 couples, a couple where each one is making 50 G's. They're at 6 figures. Average income in this country, household for you people who are like, I was never making that money. It's about 42. And then if you look at the chart, it's dropped the last 5 years. So, you got people that's slightly above average. They're right there, real close to that 6 figures, and they're struggling at the 6 figures. 6 figures to me is the entry point, because not so much to go out and just buy nice vehicles or live in this big crazy house. It's so you can eat the type of food that you want, so you can send your kids to a decent school, so you can go home so you can make enough money to live invest, pay bills, and have a life. To me, that's like that's the floor now. To me, that's the floor. I mean, clearly you can get by on much less, but I'm operating from an abundance standpoint. Now, I'm not about just getting by. I'm about living well. You know, whatever that may be for you, living well. This whole getting by, making it do what it do, that type of mentality is sick. Do you want to be 60, 70, 80 years old making it do what it do? Because I live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of old people, retired people, and they ain't making it do what they do. They doing whatever the hell they want to do because they got to a certain income level and they were able to get certain things coming in. Because, I talk to these people all the time, like, what did you used to do and how'd you do it? And I mean, straight up, like, where's your money invested? I will ask these questions and they will tell you. They will tell you because just making it do what it do, just barely scratching by, that is dangerous because the minute that things get funky in your life and if you're just scratching by, making it do what it do, you're over the cliff. I mean, I'll share a quick story with you. This thing that I put up, I should do a separate video, but the National Driver Database, man, that thing was like a freaking nightmare because every time I went to the DMV, it was like there was something else. And what the people at the DMV are doing is they're going in and they're looking and then they're putting that on your driver's record. When this whole thing was said and done, there was like 7 different tickets, but 5 were paid, I know, and I could prove. Then 1 they couldn't find, and then 1 I have to still deal with. But put it this way, it was roughly $2,900 that I had to put out to preserve my right to drive until this thing was sorted out, and then I got my money back, and I'm still waiting to get some more money back. Now, if you were just making it do what it do, and something like that happened, you ass out. Like, they don't take credit cards at certain places. It was cash. So if you don't have any money, no resources, you can't drive. I mean, seriously, just something like that can lead to larger and larger things. So that's why that's what I'm saying. Make more money so you can live well. So you can have options and freedom. Because I was telling one of my friends and he was just like, God damn. I mean, I was like, it was crazy. And I remember, like, I will tell you, if you're here in Atlanta and you go, the cab recorder's court and the ATM, that sucker spits out $100 bills. It defies it. There's no daily withdrawal limit on that sucker. That sucker spits out $100 bills. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. So that's just something simple. That's something simple. And like I said, real quick, National Drivers Database. I'm gonna keep saying this because I was in a position where I could handle it. I was in a position, but let's go back, during my scrub days. If something like that happened, I would have been just totally ass out. I mean, totally ass out, dejected, and it would have taken me months, if not a year or so, to get that stuff handled because I was that broke, that poor. So, when I'm talking about making six figures and getting rich, it's not to flex. It's to be free. And if you're not getting that message, you need to fucking unsubscribe from this channel because you're fucking stupid. Because if getting more money and becoming rich is something that repulses you, you have some problems that I can't help you with. Because this is what happens when you get rich. You can help your kids out. You can help friends and family out. You can donate to your charities that you love. You could take time from work to do something that helps somebody because you're in a position where you have abundance. But when you're doing this hand-to-mouth bullshit, if you do something like that, it usually hurts you. Is that wise? So, like I said, if, trying to get rich, trying to make 6 figures, trying to make more money is something that's repulsive to you, fucking unsubscribe from my channel because I don't even want you digitally in my space with your negative, limited, low expectation having self. Because I'm a guy that went through 6 years of special ed. I'm a guy that made some bad mistakes in life and ended up fucking homeless. And if I can do it, you can do it. Because there are many of you who have resources, talents, and stuff I didn't have. So if you're sitting at home right now and you don't have the life you want, realize That is the sum of all the thoughts that you had prior to this day. So what does that mean? Oh, Glendon talking about me. No, it means you need to start having new thoughts from this day forward. You need to start doing things differently. You need to stop fucking up. You can't keep fucking up and then expect your life to get better. You need to step up, not fuck up. And what I'm talking about fucking up is going out and spending $200-300 in a strip club when your monthly income is $3,000. You spent 10% of your income on some bullshit. That's fucking up. Fucking up is not picking up a book, not educating yourself. Fucking up is not creating an alternative income stream. I don't care if you have a job. You need one. You need one. Because if you haven't noticed, the price of food, especially meat, has damn near doubled in the last 2.5 years. Gas, hey, it's popping close to 4 again. But it's not in the news because it's like, it goes back, then it goes up, then it goes back, then it goes up. It's going to cross the $4 threshold at some point, and it's going to stay there. It's going to stay there. The things that you need are going up. The things you don't need are going down. Remember when a nice television was $1,200, $2,000? You can get a slamming television for $500, 42, 47 inch. Beautiful picture. $500. Because it's not needed, it's desired. But the things you need, medicine, healthcare, going up, going up. So that's the deal. That's what's going on with the audiobooks, a little rant, a little raving, and just really I'm trying to help people get ready for what is here and what is coming. This thing with technology, automation, and robots, we're just starting. We're just starting. And the thing is, you have got some skill in you that you can start making money and put yourself ahead of this curve. Because I'll just break it down to you. If you're 35 and between now and 45, if you can make $2 million earned income from a business or whatever, or and really 50% solution, live on half, pay your taxes, whatever, you would be so much further ahead than 90% of the people, 95% of the people in this country. Because, getting out of debt, getting some assets, seriously, you have to do it. You have to do it. It's not optional. All right, this is Glendon, and I'll see you on the good side. All right, it's the end of the video. Should be long, good. This is the Easter egg. This is the Easter egg for the Hustlenomics webinar session that's going on. That's going to be the book and everything. That's $199. But since you made it this far, if you want in, go to storageauctionshogun.com and send me a message. Gee, I'm a hustler. I want Hustlenomics at $99.95. You get the whole course, video, and the book. But you have to send that to me. So just to see who goes to the end of the video. And remember, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Don't put it in the comments. Don't email your buddies. It's for you. It's for you. And whenever this video goes up, this offer expires 30 days from the date that the video is posted. And with that, I'll see you on the good side.